No chemicals or preservatives, just 100% honest to goodness hickory smoked meat.
Let's put another shrimp on the barbie.
Boy, some chicken wings have really hit the spot.
You ain't got no better food, like some chicken wings, some baby back ribs, some fries or something?
It's just two guys talking, am I right? We're just talking.
Hey, howdy, hey. Welcome to Casa de Hayden today.
Back to the Hayden house.
Back to the Hayden house. Welcome to Fat Guys with Smokers. Today, John is gonna walk us through some freaking deliciousness.
Yeah, we're gonna do picanha, which is one of my favorites. And it can be a harder cut to find.
Yeah,
but it goes by a bunch
that.
of different names.
Mm-hmm. You might want to write these down.
I'm not going to try the French name. It starts with a C. I think it's a coulette. Colette. I don't know. I don't speak French.
Don't write that one down.
I speak Spanish. Google it if you want. Mm-hmm. What I most commonly find this in the butcher's case under is a sirloin cap. No cap.
C-A-P.
Cap is a good thing here.
Yeah.
So, so this is a sirloin cap. So if you think about a cow, you've got its back. Mm-hmm. As you move past where you can see the ribs, the sirloin kind of sits right at the top of the butt and then goes down through the animal. Mm-hmm. So and this is the cap. You can Google it, you can find out where it is. But I'm gonna open this up and you can see this came out of my freezer.
Vacuum sealed.
Yeah, I bought a whole sirloin, or a whole top sirloin the other day. And when I was breaking it down, I pulled the cap off.
Oh.
And I vacuum sealed it. So
nice.
Got some paper towels here just to deal with some of the juices.
Now, was this frozen?
This was frozen.
How long did it take to defrost?
Takes about, I don't know, 2-ish days in the fridge.
So maybe not a pull out that day, but
no, but
before.
The nice thing about it is, and you can see, it's a pretty thin cut of meat.
Right.
So if you put this in running water, it would thaw super quick.
Oh, right on.
So I'm going to dry it off really quick.
John, I'm noticing a fat cap on there.
There's a huge fat cap on this.
But that's not one of those that we want to remove, right?
It's not. So if you've ever been to a Rodizio's, Tucanos, Texas de Brazil, any of those Churrasco Brazilian steakhouses, mm-hmm. you can get picanha, and it comes out, and we're going to put it on skewers the same way, but you bend it, and it actually, you kind of cook it in C shapes.
Yeah, it kind of cooks like this.
Yeah, and part of that is because of that fat cap. That's the way the meat ends up shaping itself.
Kind of corrects it or protects it a little bit from the direct heat and stuff.
Yeah,
right?
because this is a hot and fast cook. So I'm going to take this. I use my fillet knife for everything, but I'm going to cut it here. We're going against the grain.
Against the grain, and you're going an inch
and a half,
2 inches?
2 inches.
Okay. Kind of in strips, if you would.
So I'm going to do this in strips, and we've got a little piece. We'll just cook that like a steak. You can also do this like a steak. Mm-hmm. But you can see here, let me hold this up, and this is my fillet knife, just so you can kind of get an idea of the shape there. But super simple, super fast cook here. All we're going to put on this is some fresh ground salt.
Just salt?
Just salt.
Why just salt?
I don't know, because that's the way you do it.
All right.
I wish I had a good answer for you.
No, I support it. I like it. I think sometimes we get a little too fancy. There's a lot of delicious rubs out there, but sometimes a little salt and just the taste of the meat is bomb.
Yeah, this is a very basic cut of meat. It used to just go straight into the grind pile until the cowboys found it and realized, you know what? It makes some pretty good eating on its own.
So just a decent layer of salt on all sides. I noticed you salted the fat cap,
Yep.
everything.
Salted everything.
No binder or anything.
No, you can do a binder. Look, you can put any rub on here you want.
Yeah.
We're just doing a real basic.
You could probably
simple
marinate
rub.
it too if you wanted to, but like you said, salt in this meat,
Yep.
it's so good.
So, and we've got kind of these wider metal skewers. Mike, thanks for bringing these over because
They're not as cool as the swords that you see in Brazilian steakhouses.
I couldn't find mine when I started looking tonight, but you can see here, I'm kind of folding it over into a C shape, going through the fat cap twice.
Do you find that makes it hard to like get the middle done?
Nope.
Fascinating.
Yeah. So, and let's see. I'm going to leave these kind of spread out on here just to give them room to breathe. I probably could have squished this onto the other one, but
We have the power, why not use it?
yeah, got the power. Didn't come through that one quite as straight as I'd like, so I'm going to kind of back it out.
And John, it's dark and it's like negative a billion degrees outside. So explain how we're gonna put these on the grill.
You know what, we're gonna try this little one.
All right,
Yeah.
I support it.
So I've got my Traeger out there heating up. And like I said, this is a hot and fast. So I've got the Traeger set at 425.
Nice.
Some people may say 450, which wouldn't be bad. But I haven't cleaned my grill in a minute, and I'm worried I'm gonna light it on fire. So I didn't
What could go wrong?
So I didn't crank it all the way up to 450, but we're set now. So we're gonna take these out, put them on a smoking hot grill, which, guys, newsflash, if you're cooking at 450 degrees, you're not gonna get much smoke flavor here.
Yeah. You could probably do this on anything.
You could do this on a Weber, you could do it on a charcoal grill. I really like doing this on my ugly drum.
Oh yeah.
I think that the charcoal and the wood give it a really good flavor.
I did it on a fire pit once, which was really fun, but it was, you know, obviously a little harder to control the temps.
But we're gonna take this outside. We're gonna be outside for about 15 minutes.
Okay.
And we'll be done. So
Let's do it.
We'll be right back.
And we're back.
We're back.
By the magic of telly.
Yeah. So these went a little bit longer. This was probably about 20, 22 minutes. Massively long cook still.
Right. It's still awesome. And we were just talking, it's so cold and so windy, that probably played a role. On a hot summer day, this is probably a 10, 15 minute cook.
Yeah.
tops.
I'm looking at the weather station here. It's 17 degrees outside with, right now the wind is steady at 7 miles. It was blowing harder 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, it was pretty cold.
So it slows things down. But put them out there, ran it at 425. I did end up turning it up to 450 about halfway through. Are you done, Beans? We've got the mascots there scratching in the background. But cooked them up. I flipped them once, took them up to 135, and then we let them sit here and rest. And now so they came off at 135, and they actually, that held pretty well. Yeah, you're right there.
Yeah.
So sometimes you'll see them run a little bit. This one's a little hotter just because it's such a small piece.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna grab my big slicer, and you notice we've got a bright orange cafeteria tray here that I just use to carry stuff back and forth. And it's nice because, I don't know if you can really see that or not, but there's a bunch of juice here.
That it is all caught. It's not
It's
on.
caught. I'm not dripping coming in and out.
Yeah.
So it's great.
That's awesome.
And we found these super cheap. My sister actually found them. Hobby Lobby.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Regular price was like $3.50, $3.60.
Oh, that's still not bad.
And they were on clearance for, what was it, $1.60?
Yeah, $1.60, I think. Shout out to Annie.
So, anyways, now ooh, these are nice. I can actually grab that. It's cooled off enough. Yeah. Now, if you were out at a Rodizio, they would come here and they would just take the knife then slice you off a piece and you grab it. I'm actually gonna just pull one of these off so it's a little bit easier to manage. And through the you want to take that?
Yeah, I was just going to move it out of the way, but I didn't know.
Through the magic of YouTube, not only was that a 3-second cook, but our cutting board's also clean.
Yeah, it's amazing how that happens.
Yeah, so I'm just, big knife, I'm just going to slice this lengthwise.
Oh, I like that you're holding it with tongs. I tried to do this once and it was a hot mess, but you hold it with tongs. It probably keeps everything kind of where you want it.
So I'm holding it with tongs, and I could probably slice this thinner if I really wanted, but I'm just gonna take.
And do you think you would want to, like a really thin slice?
I don't necessarily care, but so I cut this into 4 slices, and I wish you could smell this.
Jeez.
This is just like perfect, beautiful, medium rare, all the way through. Even on these outside edges, just some killer color. And you can't see this, but this is why the direction you cut your meat is so important. So you remember we cut across the grain.
Closer?
No, it's okay.
Okay.
Maybe we'll try and zoom in post, but
okay.
If you can kind of see here, I'm going to grab this with my fingers. Now you've got all these fibers that we've cut perpendicularly. So now when you go to bite it, it's just going to be super easy. It's just going to
fall apart.
So, and Mike, I'm going to let you take that piece. I'll take this part that I already had my grubby mitts on.
Oh, dude. That is tender.
Tender as a mother's love.
Good heavens. Why is it so tender? Just because of the way you cut it, do you think? Or is it part of meat?
Part of it's the way it was cut. Part of it's the cut of meat. But, so that was an outside cut. Not overly salty. But just some really good beef flavor.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Like, this is a center cut. Cut that in half again.
And that fat cap, sometimes you want to cut gristle and stuff off. I feel like that fat has so much delicious flavor in it.
It's got a ton of flavor in it.
Oh my gosh.
So I appreciate you eating that whole piece in one bite this time.
I learned from the best. Oh my gosh, man.
Really rich beef flavor. Super fast meal. And honestly, it's not that expensive. I think you can buy sirloin cap at Costco's where I normally find it. I think you can buy it for like $7 or $8 a pound.
I think it's pretty reasonable. And like you said, this used to go in the grind pile. So this isn't like filet mignon that you're trying to get. Like it's a pretty reasonably priced. You cooked it to what, did you say?
135.
135. What is that? Medium, medium rare?
That's medium rare.
Dude.
Yeah.
That's freaking bomb.
It's the only temperature steak should ever be cooked to.
And we didn't put anything on it. It makes me question every time that I put something extra on my meat. Like all you need is a little salt and holy cow. That's delicious. Not super smoky, obviously, because we're cooking it at such a high thing. So you could do this on anything, not just a smoker, but any grill or anything. Yeah. But it would be a really fast cook. You wouldn't want that, because that fat cap, I mean, we were talking about this while it was cooking. That fat cap's just going to drip and could cause flare-ups. And
and you asked me,
on it.
Yeah, you asked me about that of why do I cook it on the Traeger versus on the gas grill. The gas grill, you're definitely going to have like flame broiled. You're going to be fighting flame ups the whole time. Right. On the Traeger with the drip pan, like...
Yeah, that's not an issue. There are no...
It was sizzling, and I mean, we got some good Maillard going on it from where it was laying on the grates, but even on my messy grill, we didn't have a big fire to deal with.
Dude, so that's bomb.
All right, there you go.
Guys, you got to try this.
Quick picanha, get after it, and next time we'll see you in the pit.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to the Fat Guys with Smokers podcast. Be sure to check us out on Instagram and Facebook. Leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you. Be sure to subscribe so you don't forget to tune in for even more nonsense from a couple of bad guys with smokers.
Don't forget to like, subscribe.